Don't you know, no more art. And as I look to the horizon, not a cloud, but then stormy weather's go too cold. Seems like it crept up out of nowhere, all around you is not what you foretold. You never see it coming. You see that my mind is too fast for eyes. You're done but the time it hit you, you're not surprised. Think you got your game planned out. Do it deep, yet I'm 2 steps ahead, yeah. So step into my way, stand out. It's a trap, one more step, and you're dead. Why just a bit a second ago with blue sky, but now lightning's like your last resort. It's not an accident that no one hears your cries as your last dream seems to deserve. You never see it coming. You see that my mind is too fast for eyes. You're done but the time it hit you, you're not surprised. I'm coming for you. My game's always the best of mine. You're spanning, but that you didn't catch it in time. Better think about your game. Are you sure your next move's the right one for you? Are you sure you won't get outmaneuvered again, my friend? You never see it coming. You see that my mind is too fast for eyes. You're done but the time it hit you, you're not surprised. I'm coming for you. My game's always so fast, so fine. You're spanning, but that you didn't catch it in time.
The bottom line is this, guys. I'm not a guy that's all about drama. I never have been. I never will be. I don't like it. Every once in a while, if I find the need to become involved in something for various reasons, I will. But for the most part, I stand outside of everything going on with all the people who insult me over the years and everything. Even though I don't even know who the hell they are, I just stay on the outside or whatever. 2 days ago, I felt the need to interject myself quickly into a situation and exit. It's hilarious with all the crap that people have said in general. Most people are supportive of me at this point, which is hilarious because it's funny how public opinion changes so quickly. When for 7 years I was the butt of everyone's internet joke, and now with 2 tweets I basically somehow redeemed myself, figured that one out. I don't know. You figure it out. I really don't know, and I don't care. For me, I just want to be here every day putting out fun gameplay streams for you guys and make a living doing it. And as long as I can keep doing that, I don't care less what happens outside of everything else. That's how I've always been. I've been in my own bubble. But yeah, don't worry about it. As you guys know, here on the streams, things are going to be fine. No, we're not going to be constantly talking about drama. Well, the whole Pro Jared thing has drawn itself out, but just a fair warning to all these bigger guys who have punched down on me for years. I know how to bide my time, and I'll be keeping an eye on you, and we'll see what happens. Because it's like I said yesterday on the pre-stream, I fully expect that this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to these guys, that they're basically going to be doing things that they're going to get exposed for, and the whole thing's going to blow up all over the internet. And when it does, when these things blow up all over the internet, it's going to bite them in the butt. And, a lot of these guys, sadly, I hate to say it, have insulted me over the years. So don't be surprised if every once in a while when all of a sudden they get exposed for stuff that a tweet comes out for me, But that's going to really be the extent of it,
Happen. Then I'm going to take you to May 2nd of 2016 where Phil talks about it, and then we're going to jump ahead 3 years, and then we're going to talk about the celebrating his anniversary and then what he had to say after that. So let's get into the situation in general. Phil basically was caught flapping off on stream. He was caught flapping off on stream. He had denied it, and so on and so forth. Machinima had videos allegedly taken down on his behalf to try to suppress it. It basically made it around fast. They made it into different online news sites, made it into articles. People had a great chuckle over it. Phil was pissed off. Phil was extremely mad about it, obviously embarrassed. And then later on, he started to come to the realization that, I might as well go with this, and so on and so forth. And he tried to profit off of it. He tried to take advantage of the hype for a little while and eventually faded out. You could say in a similar way as Vince McMahon tried to capitalize or tried to play the good guy or the face after he screwed Bret Hart after the Montreal Screwjob. And there's some correlations there, except for obviously Phil is nowhere near Vince McMahon's intelligence, so it is what it was. But for the first couple weeks, that's what Vince did. He tried to play face and say Bret screwed himself. But, anyway, we'll talk about that because I'm actually working on that as we speak, the Montreal Screwjob video. So we'll talk about that. Anyway, I got 4 videos in this broadcast for you. Let's not delay any further. Let's get right into it. The first video is by a channel called That Is 100% a Lie. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do. I'll leave the link to this video down in the description. Check it out and then subscribe to the channel. They have meme moments in Phil's history. Memology has a channel that's similar to that, so does Mighty D. If there's any other channels out there that you find that are similar to this channel, send it to me. Send it to me. So anyway, we're here with 100% a Lie, DSP Gaming, The Accident, The Flapping, Oh, the camera was on extended footage, so that should be good. Second video is by a channel called Camo, talking about the flapping incident on stream. This video took place on May 2nd of 2016. Now we're gonna jump ahead 3 years. Okay, so first video is by one of our favorites, Snorperdell, DSP Gaming, celebrating 3-year anniversary. The debate. It's the meme's fault. And the last video of the broadcast is also by Snorperdell. I didn't do anything wrong. The incident was an accident in singing Toxic. So that's what you guys have to look forward to. I'm recording this on a Sunday. I actually had a pretty good weekend. It's pretty productive, to be perfectly honest with you, on this whole GTG Network Productions situation, not only on this channel, but on another channel. And so that was kind of cool. And I went out and actually did stuff, you know what I'm saying? I didn't stay in here cooped up in the newsroom all weekend. Actually went out, had a pretty good time, and so on and so forth. And hopefully your weekends went well too, wherever state that you're living in and whatnot. The weather was nice, so hopefully you guys were able to take advantage of that. If you're not listening to this on Sunday and you're listening to it on Monday, I hope your news I hope your news week goes well, which it's shaping up to be pretty good. And hopefully your work week goes well, or school, or whatever it is that you do, whatever your hustle, whatever your grind is. I hope it goes well for you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I think introductions are over, so let's go ahead and get into the situation. This is the Snort Report, and this is DSP News. Always late, never breaking, unreliable coverage that you can't count on. A GTG Network and Productions. You guys all know the slogan, and it is Sunday morning, ladies and gentlemen, and you guys all remember and reminisce waking up and smelling that Sunday morning breakfast, that bacon, those eggs, French toast, or cinnamon buns, or whatever the case may be. Whatever it is that inspires a rather joyous moment for you as it pertains to Sundays. That's what you're smelling right now. Well, you're not smelling it, but I'm about to get started on it, though. Because I don't smell no bacon cooking. Which means it's time to watch me work. Feeling good today. Okay, so before anybody says, hey, there's no audio or you guys aren't hearing anything, this is just how it started off. A whole lot of dead air. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with, it is 100% a lie. DSP tries it. The accident. The flapping. The camera's on. Extended footage. Like I said, there's a lot of dead air. At least in the beginning. Here we go. There's our boy right there. Looks like he just crawled up out of bed. Had to wait for Panda to go ahead and pull off from the parking lot. From the driveway, I should say. Go ahead and flip the laptop on. And let's see what's on Pornhub today. Yes. Let's see here. Yeah. I really should be checking emails right now, but I think I'm looking at getting into some booty today. That's how we're doing it. Let's see here. Yeah. Now let me pause for a minute, because I'm gonna probably do a little bit of narration over this before we get into the meat and potatoes of it all. Okay, so this is how the situation is. I wish I actually had grabbed a picture of his office setup, so I could have given you guys a better visual. So Phil currently is looking at his laptop, yeah? See here. Yeah. I really should be checking emails right now, but I think I'm looking at getting into some booty today. That's how we're doing it. Let's see here. Yeah. Now let me pause for a minute, Because I'm gonna probably do a little bit of narration over this before we get into the meat and potatoes of it all. Okay, so this is how the situation is. I wish I actually had grabbed the picture of his office setup, so this I could have given you guys a better visual. So Phil currently is looking at his laptop, yeah? All right, and then off in that far corner over there, that you see him kind of shooting off to every once in a while, is his main PC, is his desktop. Now, Theo and a couple others, but Theo, I think, is the first person I ever heard say it, had came up with the theory that maybe Phil has like a board or something right there, or maybe he used to, I should say, have a board right there that he reads off. You saw it in the El Crimson Kings video too. That maybe Phil looks at it, maybe he references stuff off of or whatever. It's super funny whether it's true or not. Whatever it is, there was something that Phil was looking at off to the side here, outside of his laptop, which would lead one to believe he should have known what was going on. The reason why I bring all that up, or I say that to say this, is that some people theorize that this was all fake. This was all a publicity stunt. Now, most of you are like, well, why would Phil do something stupid like that? There was a female Hearthstone player. She was cute. She was definitely cute as hell. And she had, I think this was around this time, actually. It was definitely before this, I think. She had finished a session of Hearthstone. I think she was on Twitch at the time. She had finished a session of Hearthstone. She told everybody thank you, yada yada yada, and she thought she turned off the stream. Allegedly, allegedly it was all a work. She gets up off stream, shuts some stuff down, leaves off the screen for a minute, then comes back, and then proceeds to basically give everybody a live cam show. And it was pretty well done. If anybody who's seen it, it's pretty well done. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it just like that. You guys will have to do your research on your own. In any case, that I definitely should be linking that in a YouTube video. Definitely not a good idea. But anyway, but she actually caught a lot of praise off that, to be honest, and that really boosted her up. I think she does porn now. But yeah, so she got a lot of light off that. So some people thought that maybe Phil was trying to go that route. Obviously not porn, because he's not built for that. But he was going to use it to get himself some publicity. It sounds funny. Do I think he did it? No. I don't think so. It sounds funny, though, but I don't think so. But then again, if any of you guys who have seen the footage, it looks shaky. It doesn't look too legit. Now, let's talk about the next part of that argument. Where was Panda at? Now, the theory was that Panda was in the next room, but she wasn't. She said on Twitter that she was actually at work. I believe she addressed that on Twitter, that she was like, I wasn't there for it, so it is what it is. She kind of laughed it off. And according to the most recent lore, actually, we're going to save that. We're going to save that for the end of the video. No, fuck it. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it later. And up to the current lore, he addressed this in the 7 Years of Slander. It was all Panda's fault. It was all Panda's fault that he sit here, that he jerked off in public. So, funny stuff. I'll add more to it as we go along. Here we go. That's Panda's fault. Oh yeah, shouts out to the person in the comment section of the last video who had said that it's a widow's peak is what Phil's hairline is turning into. That's what I was thinking, but I didn't think of it. So thank you very much for pointing that out. Oh boy. And I also know that the last video was kind of tough. It was very rough, and there were some moments. So this should be a little bit more lighthearted, to be honest. Oh boy. It's like the countdown to failure. Holy shit. It's like watching a house slowly get ready to burn. God damn. It's so disappointing. And the thing is for someone like Phil, because I'm just going to narrate this part. For someone like Phil, who is almost obsessively checking everything over here, you would think he would know better. You would think. I don't know. Let's see. I guess so, I guess Pornhub doesn't have anything. We're going to go and check another site. You're going to go through emails. You're going to see who's on the block list. You're going to check and see if Brightside Viking went ahead and dropped off his daily stipend to you. What are we doing here, Phil? What are we going at? Checking Twitter. You trying to see what SOK had to say about you? Oh shit! Because SOK was on top at that time. Maybe he's going through the tractor videos. It's like, guess what we'll watch today? So bad. It's literally watching a car wreck before it actually happens. You know it's going to happen. You know it. And you're kind of just sitting back waiting on it. Oh boy. No, Phil, no! Oh my god. And the thing is, to be honest, since I'm still here talking, he should have made a Teespring, because I don't think he had Cafe Press at this time. I'm actually covering that on another channel. He should have actually done a Teespring shirt for that, for this right here. He really should have done it. Oh boy, it's like looks like he's getting revved up. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. It's like gout NASCAR. Oh, this is gonna be so bad. Phil, why? Why would you subject yourself to such a terrible thing? Oh shit. I'm kind of tempted just to put some relaxing music on for him. You know, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be generous about it. I'll see you guys in just a second. I'll see you guys in just a second. What do I have for this? Do I have anything good? Let's see here. We can give him that. No, I'm not gonna. I don't want to do that. That's a good song. Do I have some? I guess I could give him the intro. I don't want to do that though. I don't want to give him weekend relaxation, despite the fact that's what he was trying to do himself. I'm not doing that. Sorry, Dad. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to hear my voice. You're gonna have to hear my voice over this. Look at him. Oh, Phil. How is it that you have a girlfriend that's like between 10 and 11 years your junior? You telling me you couldn't have gone ahead and broken her off with a good half hour worth of work before she went to work? You telling me you couldn't have done that? Really, Phil? This is what you do. This is what it came down to, man. God dog. And like I said, if you need to squeeze one out, you need to squeeze one out. But you gotta do it in your office? Wait a second. Don't you write your office off? Don't you write this room off as your office, and so you say, as a workspace? So theoretically, you recording this, I guess, worked out because this is content, right? Stupid son of a bitch. Look at you. Oh my god. And to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, if he has kids, oh boy, you know this is. Oh boy, they're gonna have to carry this with them for the rest of their lives. So sad, actually. It's actually kind of sad. So sad. Sympathy sniff. So sad. And now I think about it, Phil, don't you have a... Oh boy. Oh boy. Houston. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now the question is, ladies and gentlemen, is it Houston we have liftoff? Or is it Houston we have a problem? Actually, the problem part hasn't happened yet. We're still waiting on liftoff here. So bad. What are you doing, Phil? Are you skipping around in the porn? Are you trying to find the best part? Is this a scene that you've watched before? I feel like you're just kind of... I feel like you're familiar with the scene that you're watching. Oh, boy. Oh! Oh, boy. Well, at least we can say that PewDiePie, Ninja, Markiplier, none of those people ever had this problem. Only Darkside. And the thing is, right, is it's only Darkside Phil. Really, when you think about crazy ass shit like this that you would never suspect to happen, you always think, oh, well, Darkside Phil it probably happened to him, or it could happen to him. That's crazy to have the reputation of either just stupid shit or just stupid embarrassing shit would happen to you. You're the first person they would think of. It's absolutely insane. It really is. It's so insane. Oh boy. Uh-oh, we're looking up a new porn star now? She wasn't doing it for you today, huh? Should have really wrote down some names for you or something. Oh well. And the thing is, too, now that I'm sitting here actually watching this in its entirety, oh, you took a drink too. So, wait a second, did you already lift off once and you're going back for seconds? The fuck is this? Is this round 2? Oh shit, ladies and gentlemen, this might be round 2. He might have finished. Holy shit. Amazing. Just amazing. But anyway, I can see why people might have been suspicious that this was all a work, if you will. That this was all a work from the beginning. I could see how this could play out. I could see it. It's crazy how he looks off to his sides like that. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. All right, make sure you got the game ready. Jump from one joystick to another, huh? Oh. You know, now that I think about it, something seems extremely odd about this, to be honest with you. Like, it seems a bit suspect. There's his right arm there, but you can barely see it. There's that infamous looking over there, then looking back over there. And lift off. Head shake. Ugh. And lean forward. Manual band / manual snort. And shutting down Pornhub. And deleting the cookies so Panda never finds out. And see if the PayPal donation from the piggies came in. It's so bad. It is a bit suspicious though. Now that I'm getting to see it in its entirety, it looks a bit bad. Now we're checking emails on the phone, I think. Trying to take that Kickstarter in. Need the... We go for round 3, Phil? Let me get up. Maybe he went to wash his hands then? No, didn't wash his hands. That didn't happen. And the tissue should be right there on his little stand there, so that shouldn't have been an issue. So, what are we doing right now? I can see why Phil doesn't keep his cam on for, excuse me. He doesn't keep his camera on for pre-streams anymore. Kind of makes sense not to. Interestingly enough, though, he's not swaying back and forth. But maybe because he has all the tension, maybe all the tension's been released, so maybe he doesn't feel a need to. It's funny, too, because you know how Phil says he's an interactive streamer? If you look at this here, it's 3 years ago, and you look at him now, it's basically a carbon copy. It's a mirror image. It's doing a whole lot of nothing. Probably texting Panda, be like, honey, what are we having for dinner tonight? Like to really have some pork chops. Because your future replacement made me smothered pork chops and... What did Tevin say? Said smothered pork chops with like mango and pineapple sauce or some shit. Which sounds actually pretty good. Oh boy. Actually, I don't think I've ever done that. Actually, I think that was supposed to be the next Wine and Doubt, where we were supposed to go over.
What is up, everyone?
Oh, here we go.
Hello, hello, and welcome. Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know. Hello.
All right, wait a second. So, sorry, before I got cut off. After everything that you guys just saw, if you guys are actually watching the screen during all this travesty, I don't know. I'll wait till I see comments. Something seems very suspect about all that. Now that I've seen the footage in its entirety, something seems a bit off about this. Just a little bit. All right. Well, it is what it is, right? All right. Let's continue. Let's see what else we can crank out of this.
Now the camera's wait a minute. Everything's locked up. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what is going on. Something's wrong. Can anyone... Is the stream working? Can anyone hear me? Ah, okay. People are responding now. All right, the stream is working. Good. Hello, Phil in my bed head.
Now, according to Phil's lore, there was only 70 people watching, and they weren't actually even watching. They were talking in the chat. No one was actually paying attention to what was happening on screen. Remember that, because that's going to be important later.
And I recommend everyone... I recommend everyone.
Okay, now this, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of that travesty. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the next day, okay? This is, okay? This is May 2nd of 2016. We are here with Camo, talking about the flapping incident on stream, sorry. Here we go.
Welcome, everyone. Whether you are a longtime viewer, whether you are a newcomer here just for the first day to see what all the hoopla is about, because of a mishap yesterday, I have seen tons of attention thrown my way. It happens. I think that I've handled it pretty well. In the past, I have been known as a person who unfortunately kind of takes things way too seriously. And when shit happens, instead of kind of rolling with it, I get pissed off. And you know what? That's not the way to handle stuff. And I'm learning, and I'm changing, and I'm evolving, and I'm growing, and I'm trying to do things better. I mean, I've been on YouTube since 2007. Did consistent videos since 2008. But when I started on YouTube, it was a much different animal. And now, today, the way things work is a lot different than it used to be. And I certainly hope that all of you are enjoying the ride. Let's put it that way. Yesterday was quite interesting.
Well, obviously, Panda wasn't.
Wasn't it? Inadvertently, not intentionally interesting, but hey, that's what happens in life. Sometimes shit that you don't intend goes down, and you live and you learn, right? I'm certainly not going to hold it against anyone for joking about something that happened that was completely hilarious in my opinion. I mean, I'll be honest, at first I was incredibly embarrassed, but after the initial shock of knowing what happened, I cannot stop laughing about it. Seriously, like the memes, all the shit going on the internet right now is absolutely out of control. I think it's funny. I really do think it's funny. I do. I don't know about anyone else. A lot of people are like appalled. Oh my god! Come on. Yes, because we all know that, you know, it's such an unnatural thing. It's such a horrible, horrendous action. Everyone, you know, whoever has done it should be burned at the stake. Then again, everyone who's done it probably didn't inadvertently live stream it. But that's what happens sometimes. That's the risk that people who put their life out on the internet daily take. And I took the risk, and There was a slip. It wasn't a nip slip, but it certainly was a slip. That was an unintended slip. This is how I play the game.
Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That's funny. That's funny. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So now for some fun stuff. That's what we do here. Phil's such an idiot. He really is. Oh boy.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting.
That's hilarious.
Alright guys, so here's the deal.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with one of our favorites, Snor Purnell, DSP Gaming, celebrating 3-year anniversary, the debate, and it's the meme's fault. Now, you guys already heard what he said about memes. You already heard that in the early clip. But keep in mind, that was 3 years ago. That was a whole lot of flaps ago. Just keep that in mind. Here we go.
Today's the last day of April, alright? And I'm gonna be very honest with all of you. Because I was not here for a week, this month, you know, financially isn't a great month for me, and there's nothing we can do about that. I knew that was happening. I knew it was worth it for me to go to Connecticut and see my parents and get married and get all that done. And there was gonna be a sacrifice here. And of course, I'm very nervous about next month because now, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to afford stuff. Alright?
Oh yeah, that's right. Let's go ahead and talk about that a little bit. So he's this is after that secret wedding that he had, right? Despite the fact that like April 1st, I think he said that he couldn't afford getting married to Kat no matter what. But we also, you know, it's all part of the marketing scheme, right? So he gets back and he basically cries broke. Cries broke. And he's been doing that even up till now. To the point where the new thing, which isn't a new thing, it's an old tactic, is basically, hey guys, I don't have enough money to buy these games. I really need your help, or I'm gonna be forced to skip it. This, that, and the third. Bank account is apparently starting to get overdrawn again. And an excuse that he hasn't used in a little while, but he's thrown it back into the rotation, that Twitch is currently, or at that time, I should say, no, currently late with his payment. So those are the funny little things that you have to look forward to in the life and times of Darkside Phil. Here we go.
Your help. I need to raise a lot of money this month. I really need your support right now, folks.
So all I want to say is this. Today, any contributions that you guys lend is much appreciated. So anything you guys contribute today, I much appreciate. Marbles in my mouth. Let's try this again. I'm much appreciated about anything you guys may contribute today. Okay, anything. It's not expected, it's not mandatory, but quite frankly, it's how I keep stuff going. I make almost nothing on YouTube whatsoever, and this month is definitely going to be my worst month ever on YouTube, considering that I didn't upload videos for a week. Oh, and by the way, Days Gone.
I didn't realize that between $35,000 and $50,000 a year is nothing. I didn't realize that. That's just throwing it out there, ladies and gentlemen. Just throwing it out there.
Which I started yesterday. Those videos, part 1 still won't process. Like, I don't know what's up with YouTube, but it refuses to process part 1.
But for me, part 1 of the playthrough was like, that's do or die. That's going to be the part that's going to get the most views out of the entirety of the playthrough. Day 1 views, day 1 inflated views, make the money.
So people can watch the video, but like it never showed up in a lot of places. Like it never showed up on mobile devices, I guess, like people who use YouTube mobile, the video would never show up. And so at this point, the video has less than 1,000 views because like half my viewership can't even see the video. They can't find Days Gone Part 1. And I uploaded it 3 fucking times, and YouTube still won't process it properly. So it sounds to me like YouTube just doesn't like the video file, and I don't even have a video editor anymore. It's not even like I can cut a second off the beginning or end and try to re-edit it. I have no video editor anymore. I can't afford it. It used to be, $300, $400 a year to have Adobe Premiere Pro. I don't even have that anymore. So,
Which is amazing that you were paying that much for a product that you weren't even using. But then again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the same idiot, excuse me, who was paying for the luxury package, premium maintenance package for his BMW and never used it either. So, there you go. On top of that, Phil, there are literally a bunch of different sites you can go to get free editors. You can go to filehippo.com, for example. Or you could go to a detractor. James the Lesser is the person who comes to mind. You could go to him and you can get Sony Vegas Pro. He'd gladly give you one. Just reach out to him on Twitter. Just throwing it out there. He'll say, he's a nice guy. He really is. He's a friend of mine. I'll send you the link. I promise you he will. Or, Phil, and I think I've mentioned this before, why don't you just send it to one of your pay pigs and have them edit it for you real fast? They might actually do a good job of it. Just saying. It is a thing for larger YouTubers to actually, have editors. Something to think about.
it sucks. It is what it is, man. So that being said, your contributions keep everything going. It really is your contributions, guys, on streams that are supporting me and keeping me going.
Actually,
right
now that I think about it, if he was to commission somebody, well, can't say that because that means he'd have to pay him. If he was to ask somebody to edit his videos for him, he would have to stream earlier. He'd have to stream earlier so he could get the file to that individual. They can put an hour or two into it and then finally upload it and send it back to him so he can upload it. I still think it's worthwhile. So instead of him starting at 10:30, 11, 11:15, depending on how much gin he had in him the night before, he would have to start at like 7 or 8 o'clock. 7 or 8 a.m. He has to get up. He has to probably be streaming by at least 8. Because he's going to pre-stream it from 8 to 9. He starts gameplay at 9:15 after he uses the bathroom. Yeah. So he would have to start at least at 9 o'clock. Or he would have to start at least gameplay at 9 o'clock, 9:15. If he wanted someone to edit it for him. I don't know. I still think it's a fair sacrifice, to be honest.
now?
He's an e-beggar. Disgusting beggar.
Wow, what a name. Dick N. Cider. The fuck does that mean? Cheers and happy anniversary, Phil. So I guess there's some meme of I guess everyone's just gonna say every day is my anniversary. That's what it is. Every person's gonna say every day is my anniversary. That's what it's gonna be. That's a new meme or something. So, great, thanks. And then he cheered again. He said, if you could go back in time and never play Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, would you? No. No.
If I could go back in time, I'd play them and be even more offensive. Even more offensive. I'd insult even more people.
Oh, silly putty. Oh, silly putty. Oh, knee slapper joke. Silly putty. Silly putty. Silly putty. Oh, is that what you guys are talking about?
In truth, if he had to go back in time, he would definitely do things over. You know he would. Because think about all the opportunities he's pissed away. I'll do a video on that one day. I'll do a broadcast on that. But he's pissed away a shitload of opportunities and whatnot. And I'm not just saying off of the whole Metal Gear Solid situation, but just how he treated people. If he could redo it, he probably would. The question is, does he actually have the capacity to do it? Can he look deep within himself and actually be a decent human being? That's what it really comes down to. It's not merely the opportunity, because you really can't go back. You really can't go back, and he's not willing to change himself now. But even if he was able to go back, could he actually pull it off? Sadly, I'm going to tell you no. DSP News.
Oh, you're talking about the stupid incident. I had no idea. I totally, I don't even think about that shit anymore. You're talking about
The incident. Splashed, and then it got on my hand. So my hand's like sticky, and it fucking splashed all over me. What the hell? It seriously and splashed all over my face and my pants. What the fuck? What the fuck? Hold on. Okay, hold on. Drying myself off here. What the shit? Fucking exploded all over me. Jesus Christ. Okay. Alright, I'm okay now. I've dried myself off. This thing goes all over me. Okay. What is up, everyone? Hello, hello, and welcome. Oh, the camera's on.
Cue the Seinfeld.
Oh. I'm having on stream.
Oh my god. I totally forgot. I mean, I don't even remember when that shit happened. You know, that was what, 2016?
In mid 2016, I accidentally streamed myself masturbating.
Okay, that's what people... And it confused me because yesterday or the day before someone had said it. But it wasn't that. It's tomorrow. It's actually May 1st, I think, right? Alright, now I understand what the hell you're talking about. The incident! Every time that I say the incident, I have to play that sound effect from now on. Every time we bring it up, we have to... Yes. So, damn, that was 3 years ago. Can I explain? I don't think people want me to explain. If you explain, you may be scarred for life, so I don't think we're going to be doing that. But, okay, now at least now I understand what people are talking about. Now I'm in the loop. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. That's one of the things that I'll never live down, but at the same time, you know, what are you going to do? It happened, right? I'm just going to lean in and say, you're so chill with people memeing you. I don't care if people meme me as long as it's not something malicious. So, like, the incident, it happened. And it was something, you know, that I admitted to, and, you know, I don't care. What are you going to do, right? It happened. But if you're going to make shit up and meme insulting things about me,
was that leg scratch actually admitting it? That's not the case at all. I don't know.
Aren't true? That's not cool. You know, I don't care. A lean-in ban, there's nothing wrong with that meme. That's fine. You know, it's true. It's something that happens, and, you know, I've got an emote for it and everything. I don't mind that. You know, but if you're going to meme things that are insulting and or slanderous that aren't true, that's different. There's a difference between memes that are true and you know, in good natured humor and things that are meant to hurt. You know what I mean? And the problem is some people don't know the difference.
Be like, oh, I'm a crotchety old 36-year-old streamer, and I don't like the memes, so I banned them from my chat.
Dick N. Cider just cheered and said, memes don't need to be true, that's why they're memes. But the problem is, a negative meme that's completely untrue can catch on just for being a catchy meme, and now people think it's true because they're stupid. That's the problem. Some of us understand. We're mature enough and old
So how the
enough.
hell are you gonna see? This is the reason why, yet again, you can't get any support, or you can't get any new support. A meme is a meme. Someone sees it, they think it's funny, and they spread it around. They spread it around. It is what it is. To sit there and call them stupid because they don't know the backstory behind a meme is a bit atrocious, to say the very least. It's a meme. It's something to be laughed at and moved on, to be honest. A new meme is created, multiple memes are created every day. It is what it is. And it can only really hurt you if you let it. I mean, come on, dude, you're in your 30s. You should know this. I'll say you're not new to internet culture. This is something that you should have a general understanding of. I don't know.
To know. A meme isn't necessarily something that's true, it's just something silly. Sadly, some people are dumb and they think it's true. So, sadly, you know, you have a really insulting, slanderous meme about someone that goes viral. That's not good, you know. Kanji Monster cheered and said, it's hard to tell which are good memes and which are bad memes. You should make a chart. I'll make a flow chart, alright?
There's no need to do that because I would say the majority of memes that are on Dark Side Phil are real and they can be backed up. There is actual proof on it. And that's the ones that he doesn't like. If he can't profit off of it, or if it's not something he can shake off, then all of a sudden it's a negative meme. And who dictates that? Phil does. Phil only goes with what he's comfortable with and what he isn't. And that's no fun. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't help anybody. You know what I'm saying? He's just going to sit there and be a whiny little child about it. But you did it, or you said it. And you can sit there and keep throwing out these different nuances on, oh, you guys took it out of context, or that's not what I meant, or this, that, and the third. Then why didn't you clarify it right then and there? Or when initially the meme, in air quotes, was brought up to you, why didn't you clarify then? You didn't do that. You went ahead and basically talked down to the person who brought it up, and then you had them banned. So since there was never any clarification of it all, people ran with it. And the more and more it pissed you off, the more and more people spread it around. You did it to yourself.
A meme flowchart explaining the best, most wholesome memes, and then the most toxic, disgusting memes.
I got married in Connecticut. That is correct. I got married in the state of Connecticut when I was there. I had to lie because I never told you the truth. I didn't feel like it was going to benefit anyone. This whole thing was 100% like a clandestine operation. Wow, Phil's a scammer. He's a piece of underhanded shit. He's been lying to his viewers and fans for so long. And basically saying that, you know, he was raising money for taxes, but all that money obviously went to pay for this wedding that he didn't tell us about, and he scammed us, and no one would have ever contributed if he had said it was for a wedding instead of something important like taxes, and this is fucked up, and he's really screwed the pooch. And like I said,
you did. Because you can't prove, first off, you won't even tell us where the money went. That's the first thing. Second, you won't even prove where it went. And 3, you did get married. You can sit there and try to down talk, oh, my parents covered this, my parents covered that, my parents did this, my parents did that. But at the end of the day, where's the money that was given to you that you are currently begging for right now? That's what the problem is. Just like the whole situation with the tax attorney, the CPA, the tax preparator, whatever you want to call him. Now you're saying that he got you onto or he has you established on the payment plan, but you haven't paid him yet. Like, there's all kinds of things that just don't sound right. And that's what people call you out on. And you can't just wave them off and not think there's going to be some consequences. Not necessarily from the individual or individuals in question, but from those in your fan base who are looking at the situation and being like, I think we got played. Because that's what happened. And that's why Phil can barely get any money now. Which is ironic, to be honest. DSP News.
And followers who trust me anyway are going to believe me anyway. And so, things are going to continue as business as usual.
And then the memes that are kind of, walking the line, the edgy memes that are walking the line. What is going on? Dick N. Cider says you don't understand meme culture. Oh, no, see, I do understand meme culture. It's stupid. I'm not dumb. I understand meme culture. It's for brainless people who like to feel like they're a part of something that's like a viral movement. Oh, I know something that other people know.
You know, it's funny, because if it was in his benefit, he wouldn't be saying that. He really wouldn't. He really, really wouldn't. And the thing is that so many people who are part of Phil's little piggy cult over there enjoy memes too, because, more and more of them, and this is a good thing, by the way, more and more of them are branching out to other streamers. You're basically insulting the very people that you depend on. The world is bigger than Darkside Phil, but for whatever reason in Phil's little bubble, he doesn't see that, he doesn't see that nor understand it. And he wonders why he keeps failing. And he can only keep blaming the detractors, trolls, and haters so long. Like, personal accountability is a factor in the situation. Like, how long does someone have to fail until they realize, I need to do something different? You're not happy with what you're doing. You're not happy with the outcome of what you're doing. You obviously want better for yourself, and if this baby is a thing, you're definitely going to need to. So why not change now? Why does it come across, at least in Phil's mind, why does it come across that, oh, if I change it, I'm selling out? Even if the kid doesn't exist, or there is no kid, right? You want a better life for yourself, don't you? You lived high off the hog, no pun intended. I lied. That was a pun intended. But you've been living high off the hog, well, you had, for a while. Do you not miss it? And if you do miss it, do you not think it's not worth working a little harder to get back to it? You jumped into that, or you fell into it by luck. It's possible you could get back there, possibly. Because, like I said, he's infamous, not famous. He can still profit off of that. There's a market for that. There really is. And for whatever reason, he's lazy. That's the first thing. And he's scared. That's another obvious thing. But also, he's complacent. Like, he's complacent. Like, he expects to live off of other people than do anything himself. But then he cries and complains about people who restream his content, this, that, and third. Even though as a disclaimer, ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't matter anymore because he's already come out and publicly admitted he doesn't care what people do with his footage. So even then, with that whole restreaming thing, Phil, that don't even matter because you've already given everybody the okay to use it. So even then, that just doesn't seem a bit worthwhile. If some of you guys are doubting the validity of that statement, you go back to his, I think it was in his 7 Years of Slander video. He actually says he doesn't care what people do with his footage. So that right there is it. That's kind of the nail in the coffin on that. Can't keep blaming Tevin anymore. Not that you really had any valid foothold to blame him in the first place. You provide bullshit. You provide shit. And Tevin stepped in, and he makes it palatable. He makes it entertaining. You should be so glad, to be honest.
And when we say the same things, we recognize each other for saying said things. So now we feel like we're part of a greater whole and we have more purpose than previously being out of the loop. You know, you feel like you're cool, you're a hipster, right? I'm a cool hipster because I understand that meme. And it's dumb as shit. And in reality, memes don't mean anything. In reality, they're completely worthless.
If memes don't mean anything, then why do you get so mad when it doesn't make any sense to you? How does that make any sense at all? You're actually contradicting previous statements that you've made. You're contradicting it. Because Phil is the first one to give you an attitude if you make a joke about something and he doesn't understand what it is. He's the first person to do that. And that's just about jokes. He's done the same thing with memes also. And I'm sorry, Phil, but the world doesn't happen on Twitter. The whole world and everything that happens in it doesn't happen on Twitter. It doesn't happen, or it's not broadcast to you by the, 58 or 60 people or whatever the number it is of people that you follow. I'm sorry. And even with all the people who you see on their timeline, you're not catching everything. That's your own fault. No one told you to be a shut-in. Just because you work from home doesn't mean you're a prisoner to this shit. Just saying. DSP News.
For people to try to get more kind of value out of who they are and think that they're intelligent because they understand a meme. In reality, it doesn't mean anything. You could be a brainless idiot and understand a meme. So, you know, just saying, you know, meme culture is
You
stupid.
can be a brainless idiot and understand a meme. Keep that in mind.
I'll put up with it because I understand it's something that people are into. And like I said, if there's memes that are funny or innocent and they're not meant to harm, that's okay. But I'm not going to sit here and be okay with memes that are meant to be really nasty, toxic shit. Okay?
The salty tears. Over 1,800 milligrams of sodium. This is one of the saltiest things.
Vote Democrat says, is there a reason why why my toxic meme is offensive? It seems innocent enough, but don't know your take on it. I don't honestly know. Like,
From what I'm to understand, the meme originated in one of my runs through like Dark Souls where I got toxic during the game, and I yelled out, "Why am I toxic?" Because I was so frustrated of why I was getting turned toxic and dying from it. And then people took that audio clip and turned it into like, you know, oh, Phil's a toxic person. Look, his streams are toxic and he's toxic. It's 100% true.
Yet again, something else he could have profited from and he didn't. Just imagine if, when Phil saw that, having, I mean, all Phil's shirts are shit anyway, but you know what I'm saying? Imagine him having a shirt was, oh, I don't even want to give him any ideas now because I'd rather save that for myself or for somebody else. But just imagine him having a shirt. I'm not going to even talk about the design now that I have envisioned in my head, but says, "Why am I toxic?" And then on the back, DSP Gaming since whenever it was established, or whatever, or Dark Side Phil since whenever it was established, or why am I toxic? And then on the back, the true king of hate, whatever. Like you can go anywhere with that shit, and he never did nothing with it. And you never did nothing with it, Phil. Like that's the whole point. Like why Phil doesn't have a lean in manual band shirt in the works is beyond me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be the type of asshole if I ever decide to get in the merch. I'm definitely going to have a lean in manual snort. I'm definitely going to have that shirt. For sure. For sure. I haven't figured out how exactly I'm going to do it yet, but it's going to have something to do with a boardroom. It's going to have something to do with a cute pup in a sharp suit. And there will be probably some pig hanging over the other side of that table, leaning over. Just saying. Snorting it up. I don't know how exactly I'm going to work it yet, but it's going to be something. you could be profiting off of this. Other bigger creators have. It's the fun part of having memes around you, is what you can do creatively with it. If not you, at least people in the audience or people in your fan base, however you want to word it. And yet again, he can't see any of that. This is what I mean, ladies and gentlemen, about letting your pride and your ego get the best of you, where he's in such a desperate situation. He's in such a desperate situation to keep his pride up that he can't even see the larger picture. Think about it. Phil Burnell, for whatever reason, has people that are willing to do fan art for him, people willing to design shirts for him. He has some actually pretty creative individuals over there, believe it or not. He could be, who, for whatever reason, don't want or don't ever demand money from him. He could use these people. He's already doing it, but he could use these resources to his advantage. The shirts that you see sometimes, most of them are hit or miss for me. I certainly would never wear any of them in public, but most of them are hit or miss. But you have people over there that have some really creative ideas, and he's not building upon that. If you looked into Darkside Phil's email and whatnot, I'm just assuming at this point, I'm sure there's some very creative people who have sent him some very creative shit. Excuse me. But he won't, but unless you put it on the King of Hate forums, he's probably not going to look at it even if it's over there. And why the fuck would you want to go over to the King of Hate forums? That's why you send him, you go ahead and send him the image files through either an imaging site or just through an email, depending on how big or how small the picture is. You could do that, but Phil won't do it. He wants everything run through his fucking website so he can know who you are. And even if you are a true fan, I still wouldn't recommend you to do that. He's so paranoid that he's losing the larger picture of the money that can be made. He's losing the bigger picture on how to use the resources that are around him to not only financially put himself in a better situation, so to speak, but to even try to square away his image a little bit. He'll never be able to clean it up, but he can shift it, and he can shift it in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Phil wants to be considered real. Fuck that. You're the bad guy. Embrace that shit and move off of it. You're a WWE fan. There are people who make their whole career off being fucking heels. You need to embrace that shit and move off it. But see, you have you have what I like to call Keemstar syndrome, where you want to be loved. And those days are gone. Like right now, even now, Keem is cleaning himself up. And even then, I still wouldn't say he's loved, but people are starting to respect him more. That's cool. But Keem, with all due respect to him, is he's in it for the long haul. So this is just the even flow that Keemstar is going to do. And I applaud him for that. With you, Phil, you're the bad guy. You're just stuck with that shit. So just ham that shit up. Ham and bacon and lettuce and tomato. I know you don't like vegetables, Phil, but ham, bacon, lettuce, tomato, light mayo, and a little bit of pepper. Ham that shit up and make the best out of it, because it's not going to change. So you might as well try to profit off it. You might as well go off of it. And like I said, that's why I'll do a video talking about the opportunities that he missed out on. Because if I was in his position, please believe you can make shit happen. You can make a lot of shit happen. And it's not even that difficult, because everybody needs a bad guy. And everybody loves to hate somebody. And you just embrace that shit. And if people end up loving you later on, then fine. But for right now, given your situation, you know what I'm saying? When you have lemons, you need to make lemonade. But Phil's, I don't know if a pig hoof can hold a lemon. So maybe that's what the case is. And there ain't no sugar because he put it all into the pasta sauce. So I don't know. I don't know. Whatever.
And it's all just completely legitimate stuff. And it's because these people are such creative and positive people that they put this stuff onto YouTube, right? This is the God's honest truth.
So let's go ahead and make that a negative meme about him. Now, in general, just saying it, why am I toxic or whatever, isn't a big deal. But when you take things out of context, which people constantly do about me, and try to act like
I am a nasty or toxic person all the time,
and they say that meme, that's hurtful. That's slanderous. You see what I mean? There's a difference between, every once in a while throwing it in there for fun, or let's just propagate it as a fact that Phil is a toxic, nasty person all the time.
Yep, I'm toxic.
There's no actual positive value in anything he does, so let's just bring him down. There's people who actually...
What do you do that's positive, though? You can't sit there and say that, oh, I play video games and that's positive. That's not. That's not enough for you to shield on. So tell me what's positive about you. How you treat your loved ones? You don't want me to go there. What else? How you treat your former friends? You don't want me to go there. How you treat your pay pigs and the people that come out and support you on a daily basis? You damn sure don't want me to go there with that. So what are you doing positive, Phil? What's positive about you? What, just because Twitch doesn't mind holding your hooves? Like I said, as far as I'm concerned, they already have you over the fire and you don't even see it yet. But what is it that you do on a daily basis that's positive? You want to sit here and say that, oh, every day and everything that I do is negative. That's what they try to perpetuate. Well, then explain to me, what is it that you do that's positive on a daily basis? The problem is that you can't. The problem is that all you're going to do is go into some pathetic blame game about, oh, all the trolls and haters that are in my chat, and that's the reason why I act the way I act. You're the adult here, not them. See how that works, Phil? Just letting you know. DSP News.
Me and try to hurt me in real life. I'm not saying beat me up, but I'm saying they try to do things behind the scenes with my identity theft and things like that. I'm not even kidding you. People have done some really fucked up stuff.
The weirdest thing I ever got was shit. I got shit in the mail. I actually got shit in the mail. I got actual feces through the fucking mail. I can't be friends. What's the grossest thing someone tried to send me besides the cardboard penis? I told you someone sent me fucking gorilla feces. They thought it was hilarious. Gorilla feces.
They tried to get my power shut off, because they think I'm a bad person because of memes like that. So those memes can be very hurtful because some people are stupid. See, here's the thing. Vote Democrat.
No, here's the thing. The very people who were willing to go that far, if any of that even happened. Well, I know, he said the cardboard penis thing happened. I don't know about the whole gorilla feces thing. But let's say that did happen. Those are people who already knew who you were, and probably were on the negative end of one of your tirades, or you singling out people and shitting on them and so on and so forth. That's what would drive them. I doubt someone's going to log on, see a meme, and be like, you know what? I'm going to go to my local zoo and send Phil gorilla feces. How the fuck do you even get access to gorilla feces? How do you do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, that's not how that works. And if he really believes that, he's a fool. If he's willing to lie about it to get sympathy, he's pathetic. Certainly, you're pathetic.
You and I are smart. We get that it's just a meme. It's meaningless. It's just meant for frivolous fun. Not everyone's that smart. There are some really boneheaded people out there.
So everybody who sides with you is smart and intelligent? All right, I guess. All right, fair enough. Whatever.
Who take these things as a fact, and now they do insane things based off of it. That's why it's not good. Okay. Anyway, so vote Democrat. You're the top cheer of the day. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. This is some good discussion we're having today on pre-stream, guys. Thanks. I appreciate this. It's actually interesting to me. I like having intelligent discussion on pre-stream. I do.
Lol.
King of Hypocrisy, you are wrong. You can say whatever you want. You're absolutely incorrect, and I'm not going to bother talking to you about it because you're just stupid.
Why am I toxic? More toxic, more toxic.
Oh, my nose. My nose has been bothering me a little bit late recently because the weather's turned. It's spring here now, and all the pollen's out. So in particular, my nose itches a lot. You might have noticed I've been itching my nose a lot on streams.
All right, and for those who are complaining about post-nasal drip, perhaps you should suffer it, because they're like, why is he snorting? Because I have post-nasal drip, and if I don't, I'm going to choke. It's the only way to clear out my sinuses. If you have an issue with it, you should probably talk to God and ask why he gave me post-nasal drip, because I didn't ask for it. I woke up this morning incredibly stuffed, congested in the head. I spent the greater part of the last hour and a half trying to clear out my sinuses. It's life. So either you deal with it or shut the fuck up. Because I've been doing this for over 10 years and had this issue the entire fucking time. And if you have a problem with it, you probably maybe should have realized I had it sometime in the last decade.
Going to Lean In and Goat Laugh tip me $1. It says, so in theory, can frogs get your electricity cut? Frogs? No. Idiots who believe bad memes? Yes. They tried anyway. They can't anymore. but they did try at one point. I guess the goat laugh now is the new one, and you know what? I'll be honest. I think I like goat laugh. If you want to say my laugh sounds like a goat, I would agree with that way more than the ack stuff. Like, yeah, like a or whatever. That's definitely more like a goat than ack. I've never laughed an ack in my life. So if you guys actually want to say goat laugh as a meme, I'm okay with that. I'm actually okay with that.
It's amazing he doesn't hear that. I mean, it's obvious that he hears it. He just doesn't want to acknowledge it. But it's amazing he doesn't hear that. And as a compromise, he's willing to take a goat laugh over the ack. That's what we're at, ladies and gentlemen. He'd rather be labeled a silly goat. Just oh God. Why, Phil? You're not gonna win by compromising. You should just own that shit. That should be on a shirt. That ack should be on a shirt. Jesus Christ. Jesus. What a waste. What a waste. Just imagine being a very shitty bad guy with no manager and just not going anywhere. God, dog. That's terrible. So terrible. There's so much money to be made there. Jesus Christ.
I'm good. Oh my God.
Some people are actually like, oh my God, holy shit, really? Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the goat laugh meme, if that's what it is. But the ack,
Yeah, I agree with Snorpernell though. I prefer the ack. It's so much better, and it's already long established anyway. So
completely disagree with. I don't think my laugh sounds like an ack at all.
My laugh sounds like ack. Ack. Why does ack bother me? Because it's untrue. People made a giant meme. See what I mean? Here's a meme. It has literally no meaning. My laugh doesn't sound like that. Fuck you. You're a liar.
But people say it does, and then they actually virally believe it does. Like, in their head, they've brainwashed themselves to believe that that's what my laugh sounds like when it doesn't. A goat is much better than that. A goat, I mean, that actually makes more sense. Kanji Monster cheered and said, why is emote spam against the rules? Most of the time, people just want to post frogs because it's funny. Well, it's very simple. I don't care about a few emotes here and there. I don't care if you want every once in a while. But here's a perfect example. Last week, I was doing Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations. Now, I'm working my butt off during this playthrough because I'm doing voice acting and everything for the characters. And yes, I know I'm not a professional voice actor. My voice acting is kind of stupid and silly, but people like it. It's like it's a gimmick that I did back in the day, and people want to see it continue.
I'm a mature
you're gonna
adult.
explain that to us? Get on to the goddamn point. This is from someone who this is from someone who's long-winded. Shit, he didn't ask you for the history behind you voice acting. Jesus Christ.
And I'm not a children's entertainer.
So I turned to stream chat during the playthrough because I want to see how people are liking it. I want to see how people are, enjoying the playthrough and the voice acting and everything because I'm working my butt off. And
So you said the same thing twice. All right, good for you. What happened was he turned over because he wanted people to give him. He wanted to see how much money came in. That's what he was really doing. That's what really was coming out of it. If he really gets pissed off by memes because every time he looks at the chat he wants to see self-praise, then you got a problem, Phil. You got a big fucking problem, which goes a long way into backing up what people say about it's literally he's literally expecting his e-dick to get stroked in that chat on a regular basis. He wants praise at every moment, and that's boring, especially when you do nothing to deserve it. Just saying.
Stream chat's full of frogs. The whole fucking thing is frogs, and I'm like, I can't have this. First of all, spamming has always been against the rules. There's people here who are legitimately here to see the stuff. I understand some of you are here to meme and do silly shit.
So yeah, let's build off of Snorpernell's point here. So you can't spam memes. You can't talk about any sports. You can't talk about any movies that Phil hasn't seen. You can't talk about any books he hasn't read. You can't sit there and joke around with any memes that he doesn't understand. He doesn't want to talk about politics or religion. What can you really do over there? I'm serious. Like, what can you really do? What incentive do you really have to go over there and spend 2 or 3 hours with Darkside fucking Phil when Darkside fucking Phil doesn't apparently know nothing. The guy wasn't even smart enough to run OBS. He wasn't even smart enough to turn off to check his webcam. Yet he wants you guys to praise him while he's voice acting, i.e., working his butt off. Yet you guys can't go ahead and throw a couple memes out at each other as a joke. Gotcha. What a fucking waste.
Like the content and they want to enjoy the gameplay and they want to interact and talk about it. They can't when the whole fucking stream chat's flooded with emotes. You see what I mean? You have to understand there has to be a balance. It's okay. It's okay to come in, you want to make fun of me, that's fine. You want to do silly memes, that's fine. But there's got to be a balance. There's got to be a limit. No, you can't come in here and do insanely slanderous memes that are going to make people who are stupid think that that's...
So wait a second. So there has to be a limit. So what, is that like, what, 10 memes per person, per stream? Is that where we're going with this, ladies and gentlemen? Is that what we're doing, folks? Every person that comes on the Phil stream gets a what, 10 gets 10 memes. Sorry, gets a 10 emote limit. If you contribute money, it goes up to 15. Is that what we're gonna do? I mean, if that's the case, then ladies and gentlemen, and I say this wholeheartedly, he might as well just keep the chat in sub only mode, and he doesn't even want to do that because he knows he's not going to get any interaction that way. Then you're backing yourself into a corner. You can't put a limit on what people spam for emotes. It's the thing. It's what people do. It's no big deal. It really isn't. You shouldn't be looking at the chat anyway. You should be paying more attention to what's going on in the game. Because this is a YouTube video, remember? You're not trying to do anything to disrupt the YouTube video? Oh, I know. You guys are going to be like, oh, but he's an interactive streamer now. His definition of being an interactive streamer is give me money. So if you're not giving him money, then what the hell does he care about anything? All it's going to do is shitting his mood up. So who cares? Like, he's literally screwing himself over for nothing. For a sense of pride or self-worth that means not a goddamn thing to anybody. It's really sad. Amusing, though, but very sad.
No, you can't come in here and completely fill the stream chat with emotes because then people can't even talk about the game. You see, there's a balance to everything. There's a nice balance to everything. Women's Feet says, I love the fact you're embracing memes. Good shit, brother. Dude, again, there's nothing wrong innately with memes. What's wrong is when people take them to the extreme to be negative and slanderous and they hurt people who they're memeing on. And people are so stupid that they believe memes are facts when they're not. That's, just like everything in life. Moderation, right? You keep it under wraps, you keep it under moderation, it's fine. It's when you go to these...
Really? Is that how you... So how did you catch gout? And if I had to guess, if you don't have it yet, you will eventually. How are you going to explain how you caught diabetes? Just saying, Phil. If everything's in moderation. How did you catch gout? And why is it that you say, oh, I haven't had a flare-up in forever? Well, yeah, because you don't eat no more. you haven't had a steak in forever. You probably avoid all seafood for the most part. Definitely shellfish and whatnot. And you have to drink fucking cherry juice every day. Every day. He has to drink cherry juice every day, and I think he has to drink it with at least 1 or 2 meals a day. Holy shit. Is that what Phil 10 years ago imagined for himself now? Having to drink cherry juice to fight off gout? Moderation, right, ladies and gentlemen? Moderation. Oh, shit.
That things get fucked up, okay?
We're soulmates. Oh my God, was she beautiful? So beautiful. I almost cried when I saw her. I was so happy. I was like, you look so amazing. Not to say she doesn't look amazing every day. That's one of the things she's good at. She's amazing at makeup, amazing at dressing up and looking nice. And I was blown away at how she looked.
Obviously.
What pasta do you prefer? I prefer a penne. Oh! Easy to eat. Oh! Phil's a faggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar. Phil's a racist. Phil's a scammer. DSP's a pedophile. DSP is a thief. DSP is a greedy fuck.
This guy's a bitch.
I have a micro penis.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get into the last video of the broadcast. So that should be cool. See you guys in just a second.
This is how to play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Cat's gone. There was a cat directly below me. It disappeared, man. It's gone. I wonder where it went. Well, it made it to shore. I don't know how to tame a cat. I have no idea. So I don't know if I'll even bother with it.
Oh boy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, last video of the broadcast brought to us by Snorpernell, DSP Gaming. I didn't do anything wrong. The incident was an accident, and singing toxic. Here we go.
Frankly, I don't know how to do it. Mark McCauley just sent me $1. Says I would be interested in buying your Wolverine figure if you still have it. Oh my god. That's great. Oh my god. No, I have not had the Wolverine figure in quite some time, Mark. I have no idea whatever happened to it. All our action figures and shit, at one point I just gave this stuff away.
In fact, it was funny. Someone was actually trying to help me rearrange my office on my website, the kingofhate.com forums. Someone had posted up an idea to rotate all my shit around. So, like, my TV... Where did they say my TV would be? Over here, I think.
Now, if I remember correctly, that might... If I saw that originally on Kiwi Farms, someone on Kiwi Farms was the one who actually had rearranged his office form. Maybe whoever it was on his site ended up taking it and swapping it up, whatever the case may be. But that's what I actually remember. So... is what it is with that. Let's see here. Huh, nice. Nice. But yeah, that's exactly what I remember. I don't remember any of this extra nonsense that he's talking about here. But either which way, he's not going to do it, and he's going to give you the excuse why in just a second.
I would be sitting over here against the wall, so I would have room for a green screen, and then, like, my PC and stuff would be right here where I'm sitting now. So I said, that's fine, except there's one problem. My air conditioner has to be in front of the window, and it would literally be blowing not only on me, but all of my equipment, like my laptop and everything, non-stop during the hotter months of the year. And it would basically make me cold, and it would damage the equipment, so I couldn't do that. That's actually why where I am, because the air conditioner's there, and it's maximum distance from where I'm sitting, so that way it's not blowing directly on me. Alright, so anyway. Lollerman Shears said, reminder to make Cause the Top a mod, and the answer is no, never. Absolutely not. Wouldn't cold air be good for the computer? Yes, it's good to be in an air-conditioned room. No, it is not good for the air conditioner to be blowing directly on the computer. I know this for a fact.
You know, keep in mind the fact that I've said numerous times that in the early 2000s to mid-2000s, I built gaming PCs for a hobby. I once had a LAN set up in my
Oh, is this when this guy started talking that stupid... Is this when Phil started talking that stupid shit about cool air and moisture and shit? Oh, fuck. I was supposed to wait till Asian GTG comes by for that. Well, since he's out of town. We'll have to go without him. We can always go over it again later. Oh, boy.
House for games such as Unreal Tournament and Quake, and I loved doing it. So I know all about it, and I know how it works, right? I used to be in that group of people who I wanted to play everything on PC. Like, I used to be one of you. No. Fuck you. You're a liar. You know, I'm a simple guy. I'm a gamer. I'm not a techie. I'm not a fucking guy that knows all the ins and outs of this shit. You're like talking to a lay person. You're talking to a gamer. You're not talking to an editor. You're not talking to a PC, builder. You're not talking to a techie guy. You're talking to a guy who just wants to sit down, press record, play a game, and have fun, right?
That it would actually, like right now, if the air conditioner was right here blowing directly on my laptop, that's bad. That could cause, actually the components to chill and freeze, and also cause moisture inside of the laptop, so both are bad.
No. You didn't say that. Oh, I know you didn't say that. You stupid son of a bitch. He can freeze up the components and it's bad. Woo! Leg slap all day for that. Good shit, Phil. I clap for your ignorance. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Oh, boy. Oh, shit. That's so good. Oh, my Christ. Oh, my Christ. Why did your mother let you leave home? Why did your mother let you leave home? You should have known. Oh, fuck. How did you make it this far in life, Phil? How did you make it this far in life? I demand your computer towers for this now, Phil. All those computer towers that you have in that actually it's in your closet right there. I demand those. Okay? You've been using them wrong. You're not going to do anything with it. You might as well go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Email me at qpuppinasharpsuit@gmail, and then I'll get that shit sent out. God dog, this is bullshit. Oh my god. Actually, I don't think that's the actual email address. It might be. I gotta look. Either which way, just email. I'll email me, Phil. We'll talk about it. Just send them to me. You are no longer worthy of it, sir. You are no longer worthy of them at all.
Yes, you're supposed to keep, things like computers or whatever in an air-conditioned environment in the summer, but you're not supposed to have it blowing directly on it.
I'm being racist by not letting Kazatov be a mod. I don't even know what race Kazatov is, stupid. Like, I am a nasty or toxic person all the time. Phil is a toxic, nasty person all the time. There's no actual positive value in anything he does. I literally have no idea what any of you guys look like. How can I possibly know what race he is and be racist? How stupid.
That's right, Billy and Two Fug. I used to say I was a good singer back in the day. Whip out your cock, smack it in the face with it. If they say stop it, just ignore them and keep on slapping. Remember, yes means no and no means yes.
I suspected you were sexist. Grab a girl, don't wait.
That's right, see guys, grab a girl and don't wait. Take their virginity without permission, rip off their pants, and get to your mission.
And yet somehow he pulled 2 girlfriends offline. Amazing.